Hi, I'm Mark Danino at American Kempo Karate Academy, the master instructor. At this point, I would like to make this segment the basic segment for instructional purposes, especially for you beginners out there. What we'll do is we'll break down each of the major basic movements. A lot of your stances, your blocks, your kicks, and your punches. What I will do is I will demonstrate the mechanics and explain it in as simple terms as possible, and then some of them we will demonstrate with the pads with the help of Mr. Anderson. All right, we're going to start first with some of your positions. This is going to be your horse stance. This will be elbow position. This is a half moon stance with a weight distribution of 60% of your weight forward and 40% back. Hands are on guard position in this case. We will begin with punching out of a horse stance and elbow position. We're going to run through some of the basic strikes. We'll begin in the order that you were shown. We'll start with a front two-knuckle punch. Now, all of these names of the strikes refer to the part of the body that you strike with. Front two-knuckle. Notice the chambering back on the side. That helps develop the counter torque and power into your strike. Next strike is a back two-knuckle punch, inverted this way. Next would be thrust punch. I'll say I'm aiming for my own face height. You want to aim for your own body heights for means of focus in your practice. Next strike will be a palm heel strike. Notice I chamber back on the side in a fist position. Next will be an open claw strike. This is a stunning type of strike. Notice again, chamber position has tight fist on the side. Next strike, we'll show you a shuto or a knife hand strike. Chamber is a little different than the others so far. Chamber up same side ear and strike, aiming for your center line. Chamber and release. Chamber, release. Notice the tight fist back on the side once again. That will help develop your power and counter torque. Next strike, be a roundhouse elbow strike. Notice once again, you break through the center line. You can aim up to the head this way, or you could change the height, so say it could be to the ribs. Twisting my upper body. Another strike could be a rising elbow. Notice you twist the shoulders. Once again, chamber position on the side. You would have a downward elbow. Chamber is exactly like the shuto strike. Come straight down, striking with the point of the elbow. Continue with elbows. You have, say, an outward elbow. Outward elbow meaning outward from the body. You could elbow behind you, supporting the elbow side with a fist, pressing with the palm, striking behind you, or you can strike out in front this way. You also have an inward elbow, where the elbow is in towards the body. You have a choice to thrust the opposite side forward for more torque, or press in and strike behind this way, striking with the point of the elbow. Another strike will be a ridge hand strike. From here, if you drop your hand down, turn and strike. The elbow always stays bent at all times through all your striking. Turn and strike. All right, we'll continue with more knife hands. You could change a knife hand for a cross shuto. Chamber, release. Chamber, release. Or you could change the angle and make a shuto to the collarbone. It's the same chamber as the original basic shuto. All right, next could be some of your poison strike series. Again, this is primarily geared towards adult training and self-defense training. We have a spear hand poke. Notice the 45-degree angle. You have an immortal man strike. The primary striking target is the middle finger. You have a tiger mouth strike. Uses the whole inside web of the hand. Or you could invert that. And you have a leopard's paw strike. Now the solar plex will change slightly due to the structure of the abdomen. And once again, you can invert that strike as well. You have a two-finger poke strike into the eyes. You have a single finger poke. Or a trigger finger strike, where you place your thumb on top of your index finger and strike in. This again could be very effective into an eye socket. Okay, then there's an eagle talon strike. Eagle talon reaches in, grab and pull. All right, great. That is a lot of your basic striking. Excellent. Now we're going to continue with a lot of our kicking strikes. We're going to train from a half moon stance, hands on guard position. We're going to start with your front kicks. We'll start with the front ball kick. The first I want to show is the chamber. We call this the flamingo position. Chamber up this way. Next, the release will be striking with the ball of the foot. So you'll notice chamber, release, rechamber, and down. That will be the basis for most of the kicks that we're going to work on today. From here, chamber, release. Next will be a front instep kick, where you strike with the top of your foot. If you're striking any kind of pads, which we'll show shortly, you want to make sure you're striking with the proper part and work it easy. We'll get into that in a moment. So you chamber, release, same exact mechanics as the front ball. Next kick we're going to show is a crescent kick. This is going to involve more of a circular action, striking with the inside arch of the foot. Once again, as the punches, you would want to focus on a particular height. It could be the waist, head, side of the leg, whatever you're comfortable. Then we have a reverse crescent. You strike with the outside edge of the foot. We'll call it the blade of the foot. Next kick we're going to do is a roundhouse ball kick. Chamber just like a front kick, pivot on the floor, release, rechamber, pivot back and down. Notice I'm getting that horizontal action on the chambering and releasing. Next kick I'd like to review is a side thrust kick. I will demonstrate from a side horse position. Same chamber with the flamingo, pivot, release, driving with the heel, rechamber, pivot back and down. Next kick I'd like to demonstrate is the hook kick. We will do this from a side horse position. The mechanics for this kick is exactly like the roundhouse, except we will strike in the opposite direction of the roundhouse. Chamber, release. Chamber, release. Other kicks you can get involved in would be a knee strike. You could grab and do a rising knee. Do some with the left. Always make sure you practice both sides equally. You could have a roundhouse knee with that pivot action once again. Those are the basic kicks that we use in the system. We're not going to get into any kind of spinning technique or anything of that. Those need to be taught in class because there's a safety issue we want to address. We want to make sure that stays in the dojo. Again, any questions on those basic techniques, you want to see your instructors. Hopefully this will help you practice on your own. Again, it's designed mostly for you beginners out there. Thank you very much, and hope you enjoyed the tape.